What was your favourite spot? Where did you like the most? What was your favourite place? That was the question Eric and I were asked most upon returning from our Italian honeymoon. And the answer?
Venice. The most romantic and unique city we have visited yet. In this video, you'll see why our time was so magical, including everything we ate, did, saw, and plus our top recommendations for you if you plan on visiting.
There have been some surprise reactions when we say Venice was our favourite spot, but by the end of this video, I'm sure you'll understand why. Unlike most people who visit Venice, we tried to understand the local experience as well as visiting the tourist highlights, determined to understand this city on the water. Venice boasts approximately 400 glorious bridges and an average of 150 charming canals, which serves as the primary transport for this city via boats and gondolas, contributing to the city's distinctive character and providing essential connectivity. The buildings seem to rise from the water. You could spend an entire day getting lost in its narrow alleyways. It's magical and oh so romantic. But Venice is sinking.
We'll explain more about this a little bit later on in the video. We began our journey in one of Venice's most flooded areas, St. Mark's Square. The square is one of the lowest points in Venice. During high tides, the square can flood, a phenomenon known as Aqua Alta. Thankfully, we didn't experience any flooding. After taking a walk around the square, we visited an iconic cafe. So we are at Caffè Florian, which is Venice's oldest, actually no, the world's oldest cafe. And each room has their own unique style. Just here to get a little bit of respite from the rain and enjoy the world's oldest cafe with an extremely expensive coffee. But we're gonna enjoy every sip.
Is it worth €12? Probably not. But here's the thing, we're sitting in history right now, so I think the experience is worth €12. Caffeinated and happy, we went straight to the centrepiece of St. Mark's Square, St. Mark's Basilica. The interior is magnificent. There are small pieces of gold which detail the mosaics that cover much of the basilica's interior, including the ceilings and domes.
This classic Venetian motif was also present at our next stop, the Doge's Palace. Inside, the palace houses lavishly decorated rooms with its impressive ceiling painting, including the Grand Council Hall. Next, we walk through the Bridge of Sighs. Let's pause for a quick moment and let's transport you so you can see the bridge from the outside.
This is the Bridge of Sighs. We walked through this yesterday. It connects the Doge's Palace to the jails. This was the last look that prisoners got of Venice before their sentencing, and as we learnt yesterday, up to 16 prisoners can be in a cell at one time, so it's pretty grim.
Don't steal, kids. Follow the laws. Don't do drugs.
To end our time in St. Mark's Square, we saw a glass-blowing demonstration. Glass-blowing in Venice is the cornerstone of the city's artistic and economic legacy. Venetian glass is a symbol of historical significance. It takes years to achieve artistic excellence. If you have time, take a trip to Murano and Burano to see more. We booked the Basilica, Palace and glass blowing through a group tour booking experience. This will be linked in our video description for you to check out.
It was through these tours we learned that Venice's foundation relies on thousands of wooden pilings driven into a lagoon. When the Venetians initially drove wooden pilings into the lagoon's muddy sediments, the wood was immersed in water in an environment with low oxygen levels. This helped to preserve the wood and slow down the decaying process. Over time, the wood underwent a natural process called petrification, where minerals infiltrate the wood, crystallize, and effectively turn the wood into a form of stone.
We're going to touch on the problem with this structure a little later in the video. But for now, if you are enjoying learning about Italy and watching our travel adventures, it would mean the world to us if you could show us your support by hitting the subscribe button. Subscribers help us to reach more people like you, people who want to learn about the world alongside us.
Now for our first food recommendation, Bar Puppa. For €15, they offer a pasta, drink, and coffee. The food was surprisingly delicious.
Our next suggestion is to take the time to walk around Venice and explore its unique alleyways. We designed our own walking tour, starting with an extremely famous work of art, Banksy's Migrant Child, the 2019 mural. This depicts a young girl in a life jacket holding up a flare emitting pink smoke. So this is an actual street.
Next, we went to the smallest street in Venice called Calle Varisco. It's renowned for its exceptionally tight width, which measures just about 53 centimeters, 21 inches, at its narrowest point. This street highlights the city's unique urban design where space is used creatively to accommodate its historical and architectural layout.
We stopped into Crazy Pizza for a quick lunch break. And let's not forget the gelato parlor. It's an unmissable ritual.
Then Palazzo Contarini, one of Venice's most famous palaces because of its grand tower's originality.
Next, the Alta Aqua Library. Dedicated to Venice's waterways, it features a unique arrangement of books on gondolas, canoes, and small boats. It also features a distinctive staircase at the back of the store, made entirely from hundreds of books.
We finished our self-guided day by watching the sunset over the Rialto Bridge. The Rialto Bridge offers such a stunning view of the Grand Canal. It's one of the oldest bridges in Venice and a true masterpiece of engineering. There are shops and market stalls on the bridge too, where you can enjoy some shopping time.
It's sad to think this city might not be here forever. Venice faces the critical issue of rising sea levels leading to frequent flooding. Efforts of Project MOSE aim to create a system of movable barriers to protect the city from high tides and ensure its preservation. Despite these interventions, the city's future remains uncertain, and ongoing preservation efforts are crucial for maintaining its heritage.
Because of the city's construction, waterways replace roads. Getting out on the water and experiencing the Venetian transport system was at the top of our list. There is the option to take a gondola ride along the canals. The price point is set by the city.
We're going to be catching the Vaporetto Line 1 all the way to St. Mark's Square. Throughout the other days that we've seen this Vaporetto driving around, it's been packed with tourists. So we're getting up early and hopefully we'll get a good seat.
This was a way to see a bit more of the city as opposed to a gondola, and we got to experience a little of the local life. The system is very easy. You can purchase tickets at a booth or at one of these kiosks.
Once aboard, we plugged in an audio tour which we found on the Rick Steves app and listened in awe of what surrounded us.
Venice's construction represents an extraordinary feat of engineering and adaptation. The city's unique position and the methods used in its creation have allowed it to thrive for over a millennium, making it a symbol of human resilience. While living in Venice offers a unique and picturesque lifestyle, it also comes with significant challenges for locals. The future of the city is uncertain, which makes the experience of being here now even more special.
That was amazing. So we did the Rick Steves audio tour while we sat on the Vaporetto, and it kind of just brought you back to those points in history when all the merchants would sail in, and absolutely incredible. A little depressing too, hearing just the declining population of Venice, and obviously it has so many obstacles to raising a family here because there are no cars and hundreds of steps, very few grocery stores, it's very expensive, apartments and houses here cost a fortune. And then there's a lot of red tape as well that we learned. If you want to do any home modifications, it's next to impossible. And obviously these were built in, 14th, 15th century for a lot of them. And so making, I'm sure a lot of these buildings pretty unlivable. And we also learned that the first floor along the canal of a lot of these palaces or palazzos are flooded and pretty much unusable. So there's your history lesson for the day on Venice. We couldn't leave Venice without trying their traditional Venetian Cicchetti. These bite-sized dishes reflect Venice's culinary culture and offer a flavorful glimpse into the local ingredients and traditional Venetian cooking techniques.
In case you missed our previous Italian travel guides and vlogs, you can check these out over at our channel.
Thank you for watching, and ciao for now. Oh, and make sure you click that subscribe button, would ya?
But before you go, guess what else we did in Venice? Yep, that's right, laundry. If you need to do laundry, this is your stop, folks.